Hi guys, my name is Ryan, the Frugal Analyst, and every 3 years I usually buy the new flagship phone, whether it's the Samsung Galaxy or the Apple iPhone. Each operating system have their own pros and cons, but at the end of the day, which phone have the lowest cost of ownership? And to answer this question, we have to look at the depreciation of the phone over time. And I'll show you my research in this video. So I personally sell my old phones after buying a new one. So how much can we get for selling our used Samsung or Apple phones? Because the item is small, we can easily sell the item on eBay and the market is liquid enough for us to get a good gauge of pricing. To compare, I jot down the last 4 years of the flagship model from both companies, and I'll keep it simple by just using the base model with the lowest storage option. I got the model name, the release date, the month since launch to today, the launch price, and the current use price. I got my use price from eBay for items that are sold in working condition without a cracked screen. If we divide the current sold price on eBay by the original phone price, we can see how much value is lost over time. The lower the percentage, the higher the depreciation, or the higher the cost of ownership. Plotting the month since launch and the use value percentage, we can get the use value over time as a percentage of launch price. We start at 100% value at launch for a brand new phone, and the value decreases over time. We can see that after 2 years, both phones lost over half of the value. The older the phone, the lower the value, and it makes sense. If I were to summarize the depreciation costs on a $1,000 phone, at the end of the year 1, it loses around $300 in value with $700 remaining. At the end of year 2, it loses another $250 in value with $450 remaining. At the end of year 3, it loses another $200 with only $250 remaining out of the original $1,000 phone. Now comparing Samsung to Apple, looking at these blue and orange dots, adding a trend line, we can see that Apple in orange actually retain more value than Samsung phones. At the 2-year mark, Apple is valued roughly 10% more than a Samsung Galaxy phone, and the trend continues over time. So with a $1,000 phone like a Samsung S20 or the iPhone 11 Pro, if it is sold 2 years later, the Samsung is likely to be valued at around $350 and the iPhone at around $450, giving the iPhone $100 more value or $100 cheaper to own than the Samsung phone. So Apple is the clear winner here in terms of retaining value. Now let's talk about when to buy a new phone. The best time to buy a new phone is at launch because price will depreciate over time anyway. Even if you buy a new phone 6 months after launch, the used value will drop no matter what. Now, there might be discounts on the phone after launch, but be wary of the discounts that offer bill credits or lock you into a postpaid account, because postpaid is usually more expensive than prepaid, offsetting the discount on the phones. Make sure to watch my prepaid versus postpaid video if you want to see the math. Now, the cheapest way to own a phone is to keep it as long as possible because depreciation slowed down over time. In addition, selling a used phone on eBay can cost around 10% in fees each time, and there are likely to be added tax in buying a new phone. So the more often we buy and sell phones, the more fees, the work to list, sell, and ship the phones out. Some other data points that I saw after 4 years is that there isn't really a liquid market to sell the phones. Non-flagship phones are also harder to sell because people might not be familiar with them. So stick with the flagship phones and keep them as long as possible. So that's it for my analysis. If you like iPhones and want to convince Android fanboys to switch, please share this video with the cost of ownership data. And if you find this video helpful, hit the like button and comment below if you are making the switch due to the costs. As always, stay frugal and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.